Good evening, my fellow citizens, to whom this speech is being directly carried by special radio facilities.
Wake up, America!
I speak to you as a friend, as one who knows of your deep attachment to your fatherland, as one who shares your aspirations for liberty and justice for all.
Justice!
Throughout the 20th century, small groups of men seized control of great nations, built armies and arsenals, and set out to dominate the weak and intimidate the world.
My fellow citizens, I have watched with deep sorrow how your nationalist revolution was betrayed and how your fatherland fell under foreign domination. Now your leaders are no longer American leaders. They are puppets and agents of an international conspiracy.
Wake up, America! In 2001, the oil companies, the war contractors, and the neocon artists seized the economy and added $4 trillion of unproductive spending to the national debt.
The 1930s taught us a clear lesson. Aggressive conduct, if allowed to go unchecked and unchallenged, ultimately leads to war. This nation is opposed to war. We are also true to our word.
No lie can live forever. You shall reap what you sow.
The way to reinstate a tradition of constitutionalism is to punish the president and vice president for 5 systemic high crimes and misdemeanors: criminal war in Iraq, systemic torture, incarceration without charges, denial of habeas corpus, spying on Americans.
Dear Mr. President, I realize that it is difficult to communicate meaningfully across the gulf of years of war. But precisely because of this gulf, I wanted to take this opportunity to reaffirm in all solemnity my desire to work for a just peace.
However difficult the moment, however frustrating the hour, it will not be long.
Now, this administration can tap our phones. They can't tap our creative spirit. They can open our mail, but they can't open economic opportunities. They can track our every move, but they lost track of the economy while the cost of food, gasoline, and electricity skyrockets. Now they have skillfully played our post-9/11 fears.
Thanks to a few neocon, chicken hawk, draft dodgers, I was sent to Fallujah in 2004 with the Marine Corps Civil Affairs team, and I found out the hard way that the greatest enemies of the Constitution of the United States of America are not to be found in the sands of some far-off land, but rather right here at home.
How many men are you willing to let die for this? For something that has nothing to do with our national security. There were no Al-Qaeda there, had nothing to do with 9/11, and there was no threat to our national security. They never committed aggression. It's unconstitutional. It's an undeclared war. And we have these silly arguments going on about who said what when.
Neither the United States of America nor the world community of nations can tolerate deliberate deception and offensive threats on the part of any nation, large or small. We no longer live in a world where only the actual firing of weapons represents a sufficient challenge to a nation's security to constitute maximum peril.
It's not enough to understand that the war in Iraq is simply unjust, illegal, unconstitutional, costing us a horrendous amount of money and destroying our military. The issues before us today are a matter of life and death.
Wake up, America! The pharmaceutical companies took over drug pricing. Wake up, America! The speculators took over Wall Street. Wake up, America! They want your Social Security. Wake up, America! Multinational corporations took over our trade policies. Factories are closing. Good-paying jobs are being lost. Wake up, America! We went into Iraq for oil. The oil companies want more. Wake up, America!
My fellow citizens, many times in the past, people have risen to throw out tyrants who destroyed their liberty. And I have no doubt that most Americans today look forward to the time when they will be truly free.
It is a time to act in the Congress, in your state and local legislative body, and above all, in all of our daily lives. It is not enough to pin the blame on others, to say this is the problem of one section of the country or another, or to pour the facts that we face. A great change is at hand, and our task, our obligation, is to make that revolution, that change, peaceful and constructive for all. Those who do nothing are inviting shame as well as violence. Those who act boldly are recognizing right as well as reality.
Sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream. I have a dream today.
We need a new revolution in America. A political revolution, a financial revolution, a social conscious revolution, where we remember just what it means to be an American, that it means to be a patriot, what it means to stand on the shoulders of people who shed their blood so we could be free. Don't be manipulated by men in suits who work high above us and make decisions that we feel we have no control over. If the house is corrupt, burn the house down.
And while it is our responsibility now to resist tyranny civilly while we still can, there may come a time when we will say to the powers that be it with your blood or ours, we have come to water the tree of liberty.
Let's join him. Let's show him how to struggle. Let's show him how to fight. Let's show him how to bring about a real revolution.
My fellow citizens, let no one doubt that this is a difficult and dangerous effort on which we have set out. No one can foresee precisely what course it will take, or what costs or casualties will be incurred. Many months of sacrifice and self-discipline lie ahead, months in which both our patience and our will be tested, months in which many threats and denunciations will keep us aware of our dangers. But the greatest danger of all would be to do nothing. The path we have chosen for the present is full of hazards, as all paths are. But it is the one most consistent with our character and courage as a nation and our commitments around the world. The cost of freedom is always high, but Americans have always paid it. And one path we shall never choose, and that is the path of surrender or submission. Our goal is not the victory of might, but the vindication of right. Not peace at the expense of freedom, but both peace and freedom here in this hemisphere, and we hope around the world. God willing, that goal will be achieved. Thank you and good night.